everyone. Good morning and welcome to Rise and Radke. We're so glad that you are watching, especially you IGTVers. Good morning to you guys, or good afternoon, or good evening, whatever, whenever you're watching. And to our
good
YouTubers.
Morning, good day, good night. What was that?
Good evening, good night, and good luck. It was a famous movie.
Oh.
Anyway, hi everybody. So glad that you're here. Hi to our replayers. Hey, if you're watching this on IGTV or on YouTube, be sure and put hashtag replay. We just always like to know where you are when you're watching it, and be sure and let us know where you're coming in from. So we have Amanda from Fort Worth, Texas. Hi, Shauna. Good morning. Good morning, Rachel from Arizona. Barb, thank you. Somebody, she says, I love those earrings. Someone sent me those.
No, she said she had them.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought she said I love them.
Iowa?
She said I have them? Yes,
she did.
somebody sent me these. They go with everything. They even go with this shirt. Hold it. They even go with this shirt. Y'all see my shirt? Look. Now, somebody sent me this, and I've already worn it one day. What? Not slim. Kind of shady. I love it. I love this shirt. Okay. Jenna is here from Waxahachie, Texas. Waxahachie, Texas. There. It just sounds filthy.
There's an intersection in Waxahachie.
Stop telling it. Okay, go ahead.
There's an intersection in Waxahachie where Melissa and I met at college.
Nope, that's not where we met. We met in Waxahachie. We didn't meet in an intersection.
No, where we met.
Dear God,
we
that
met,
makes me sound like a lady of the evening.
We getting a massage at night, or is it the
Okay, stop, David. You're getting sidetracked. There is an intersection in Waxahachie.
There are buildings around there now.
It's an intersection called Swallow and Bates.
One road Swallow, one road Bates.
And we made out at that intersection
Right.
mucho times.
I don't think you could do that now, because I think we went by there not too long ago, and
it was like an office complex.
Yeah, so there's a lot.
But it wasn't back in the day. Back in the day.
Oh, it was a business complex.
It's business time. Okay. Anyway.
Do I sort of have a touch of raccoon to me?
What are you talking? Yeah, because you were wearing sunglasses outside on your science project. David Radke has been working on our pool to get it clear. Y'all, you would think it was a 5th grader entering the local science fair.
How does it look, though?
He measures it. He plays with it. He gets the adjustments.
What about that? Look at that.
Look at that, y'all.
Look at
it. It looks like ice cold water. Okay. Laura says, thanks for making America happy again. You're welcome. That's Maha. Maha. I told David that we needed to get a shirt made with Maha on it, or a hat made with Maha on it. And he's like, but I don't know if we should do that. It's a political season.
We don't want any.
We don't want people to be like
assumed affiliations.
Well, yeah, assumed affiliations is good. In fact, that's actually, today is We're Here For You Wednesday, and that actually kind of plays a small part in one of our questions that we've got going. Because today is We're Here For You Wednesday, and people sent in their questions for David and I to answer, to help them with their problems. Because David and I we're not just here to make America happy again. We're here to heal America.
We're here to make America happy again, and we're here to make America healthy again.
David, I get so turned on when you say things that make sense. I'm not kidding you. So often you've said things that don't make sense.
So you're turned on all the time, though. If I'm talking, you're turned on.
By the way, we told y'all just the other day that it's impossible to be out in East Texas weather. We don't know what's going on.
Yesterday it was 99 degrees. Today I think it's 92 or something.
Yesterday was 99, heat index 103.
Yeah.
And humidity also 99. This morning, it feels like the first day of spring.
It's a light breeze. It's 73 degrees, light breeze. The humidity is almost gone right now.
I know, it feels like I'm in California, one of my favorite states in the whole world, and it feels like I'm in California. This is California weather right here. And so this is our backyard, pretty much our backyard. So y'all are, lean over, David. So there you go. That's it. And that's what our kids ride around on their 4-wheelers all the time. We sit on about 9 acres out here. We can't keep up with it. We don't know what we're doing. We need to move to a subdivision and have a postage stamp of a yard. That we could keep up with. This, no. But anyway, we're so glad that we're here this morning.
We are so
We're
glad
so
that
glad
you are
we're
getting
here.
to watch us.
To,
Speaking of that, if you're glad you're getting to watch us, why don't you share us with a friend? Or if you don't like us, why don't you share us with someone that you want to waste some of their time?
what did somebody just say? Are you sitting under your $400 umbrella that you scored for $80? First of all, Barbara, thank you for remembering that. Whenever I land a good deal, I like a lot of people to know. But no, actually, this is what we're under this morning. You ready?
What is this called?
It's called an arbor.
I know but the
Let me show them.
plant.
Y'all, look at this. I'll come out and show you. I never take y'all on a walk. But we'll flip the camera around. So it's this arbor is what, so there's David. Wave, David. This is what we're sitting under, this arbor. And there's nothing under it right now except for David and I. There we are. That's the... but I am really wanting to put a table here with 4 or 6 chairs because we always have people out here by the pool. So this is where I want us to eat, under this arbor, because it's really shaded. So if you guys ever hear, now it's got to be a good deal. If you ever hear of a table and 4 or 6 chairs that's on sale somewhere, let your girl know. Okay?
Or if you're a...
Or if you want to sell yours.
If you're a craftsman and you would like
Yeah.
to have your artwork displayed.
That's right. We'll sit at it. No, we can't promise to sit at it every morning because it gets really hot out here. But, but you're right. I'm looking for a table that can be outside that we can sit around with our kids when we grill burgers or whatever and sit and eat. So if you know of anybody, y'all let us know. That's selling, or you want to sell your old used furniture, we'll take that too. You know I'm a woman. I'm going to pay what needs to be paid. Okay? I will pay you for your work ethic and your product. But if you're like trying to sell me your old lawn furniture, I do like a deal. I'm not going to lie about that. But anyway, so let me know. I'd love to do that. All right, here we go. Today is We're Here For You Wednesday, and this is where, if you're new to us this morning, it's called a garage sale, Melissa. What? It's called a garage sale. I know what a garage sale is, but not many people, first of all, sell a nice table and chairs. You know what I mean? So I've been looking on DP Texas Classifieds, and I haven't found anything. But I think David's right. Like, if we could buy something that's one of you guys make, that would be so beautiful.
But didn't you buy some furniture one time at a lawn sale, and then you like spray painted it different colors? And no, I'm being serious.
Don't tell people I spray painted things. I don't think anybody does that anymore.
Well, you don't do it anymore. That was like, Lord, 10 years ago or something.
What's your point, baby?
You acted like, you can't find anything at a garage sale. Sometimes you can find some good stuff to kind of fix it.
Okay, yeah. Somebody just said, what does your shirt say? It says, not slim, kind of shady. And somebody on here bought it for me and sent it to me. And so I'm wearing it today, and I absolutely love it. Now, as usual, you guys, we're not gonna pull any punches. We've got some interesting questions this morning, okay? Yeah, like she's saying, it's usually just the table or just the chairs. People are rarely selling the whole set. You know, I've looked at Sam's, Rhonda. I've looked at Sam's, and I'm not seeing anything I love. Now, if anybody on here makes anything, I will tell you this about Melissa Radke. My dining room table is round, and I always prefer round tables. Always. If I go into a restaurant with a group of people, if we're all meeting our friends for dinner, they know to say, if they call ahead of time, they'll say, hi, we're coming in. There's like 12 of us, and if possible, can we have a round table? Like, they will say that. Because I love round tables, because round tables to me mean everybody is equal. Like, nobody is that one person sitting down at the end by themselves. So everybody's equal at a round table. So if you're going to make a table, make it round.
Hey, you always, it's kind of a little hidden desire Melissa has, as she wants to be kidnapped. She wants to prove to everyone that she has value to be snatched.
And I want to see what the ransom would be.
So
I'm not going to lie. I want to see what the ransom would be.
So
because usually people are fans. And if they're not, that's usually on them.
So what is Craigslist still around? Maybe you could look on Craigslist.
David, are you saying that we could get a
Then you
twofer?
could-
Are you saying that we could get a twofer? I could get a table and chairs and an
you could go
abduction.
missing. Yep. So I'm just
David,
saying,
this is a big deal. Now we have found something. If someone is willing to provide us with a table and chairs,
and a
I
kidnap.
will provide you with a free abduction. Okay? You abduct me, then I want you to post a ransom, and I want to see how high the price is going to get driven.
Has there ever been?
Are you willing to pay for me to come back?
Well, here's the thing. Has there ever been?
There's not. Here's the thing. I asked a question. Are you willing to pay to get me back?
Yes, I just think they would want more than the change in our couch to get you back.
That's the truth.
So, has there ever been a GoFundMe to free someone from an abduction?
Oh my God, is that what you would do? You wouldn't put up our own money? You would just start a GoFundMe and let it lag there for 2.5 years? GoFundMe. David Radke has raised $260 of his $80,000 ransom. David's like, what are we going to do about it?
You'd be worth more than $80,000. I was thinking like $1 million. A cool meal.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay, I'm not giving you back. I love that.
That sounded a little...
Here we go. This is from Ashley in Maybank, Texas. And I think it's okay to share her name because this is a precious little question. The other two, they're saucy. They're saucy. Ashley says, my husband and I have 2 wonderful children, a daughter who is 6 and a son who is 10 months old. Since having our son Maverick, I feel like our daughter Farah, I think it's Farah, is feeling left out because he requires so much time and attention. Do y'all have any advice on how to make her feel more included? Now, as always, we ask for your feedback. We want y'all to give your comments as well. Some of you come up with great advice, and I read it out loud. Some of you come up with horrible advice, and it's the reason you're not hosting a We're Here For You Wednesday, in which case I'll let your advice just scroll on by. But if you have advice for this mom of 2, her and her husband have these 2 kiddos, but Farah is how old? She's 6, and she's feeling a little bit left out right now. And I think that's because 6 is still wanting your time and your attention, right? It's not like you can give them a ton of duties at 6, but I would certainly say any duties that you could give to Farah to help out with Maverick makes her feel like more of a part. Mm-hmm. I guarantee you this mother is probably watching, Ashley's probably watching and going, but I do that. Well, then do it more. Like, give her some really valid things to do, you know? I remember, that wasn't even the age difference. Remmy was only 2 years older than Rocco. But when he was born, I let her cut up grapes with a butter knife, okay? She wasn't gonna hurt herself. I was there watching. I would let her, whatever she could do to help, I would let her do. She would have real responsibilities. And so she really felt like she was caring for Rocco. And in honesty, I think that created a bond between Remmy and Rocco that is still to this day very tight. They are very close. We still cut up his grapes and his wieners. I'm kidding, we don't. Though Rocco would let us. God knows he would let us. What are your thoughts?
I think too, also having some, kind of one-on-one time, kind of to...
That was going to be my main one. Before we said goodbye to this question, please have mother-daughter dates. Please have daddy-daughter dates. That is so important. I mean, we're talking, he would, Rocco was a handful, a good kid. Rocco was a good kid, but any baby is a handful. He would pull up, he would go to the grocery store, buy flowers, come and ring the doorbell, pick up Remmy for a date. She got to pick where they went to eat. She got to pick what they did after that. Really made it all about Remmy. And
Remmy was the only 6-year-old I've ever known that always wanted sushi.
Mm-hmm, absolutely. Take her on dates. That's what she says. Let's see, who said that? Carla said take her on dates, just her. Aubrey, it was her and her husband's 14th wedding anniversary. Way to go, Aubrey. Way to go. You locked that man down. You locked him down. Congratulations to y'all. Special one-on-one time. Take her on her trip to do something. That's what Jennifer said, like pottery painting or... Carolyn just said hi from New York. LOL wieners.
She said wieners.
She said wieners. Somebody just said, Tara Speece just said, watch Outdaughtered on TLC. So I have heard, my cousin Michelle, her and her daughter Maddie is 5. They watch Outdaughtered. They absolutely love it. And that's their little time. That's their special time. Super clean show. Maddie loves it. And she's 5. So maybe just having your own special thing. I will say Remmy and I have recently found a TV show. And we watch that together. And nobody's in the room with us. We watch Speechless is what it's called. And it's so funny. Somebody on here one of you guys recommended it to us. It's on Hulu. You can watch all the seasons. Super funny show. Very cute. Very clean. And that's just our thing. So Remmy and I have found things that are just Remmy and I. And he has found things that are just him and Remmy.
We also think of TV shows, we also, me, you, and her watch one show together. Although we haven't in a little while. But.
Good Girls. Mm-hmm. We watch Good Girls. So we've just found things to make sure that our kids feel very special and very validated. And you know what, Ashley? You have a 10-month-old. Let me give you one more little piece of advice. You're feeling a lot of things right now, and I'm wondering if Farrah doesn't even feel quite as left out as maybe you think she does. Children are real resilient. They're real resilient. And I think maybe this baby's new, and you're feeling it because you used to give all your time and all your attention to Farrah, and now you're not quite as much, but that's okay. She's going to be okay, and those two are going to be close. You do not have to worry about it, okay?
You know, what could you call that? We could probably come up with a name for something like that.
What's the word? What is the word?
Like maybe mom guilt.
We could come.
Do you think we could come up with that? That could catch on?
Yes, you came up with the word social distancing, and it took America by storm.
So
okay, and now you've come up with mom guilt.
Don't let mom
guilt.
Good
for you. Good for you coming up with these words. All right. Okay. We got 2 more. Okay.
I'm
gonna ask y'all to stay tuned because I'm gonna need your help on
We've
this.
had at least 2 people. One person. There was a bee over Melissa's coffee, and I kind of shooed it away. And somebody said, "Was that a bee that I just heard buzzing, or a killer bee?" They actually said, "Was that a killer bee buzzing?"
You're kidding me right now.
No, it was down here. But
it was just a little bumblebee, yellow and black.
But then I saw one out of the corner of my eye over here, and there must have been one beside because somebody said, "I love the buzz buys."
Oh my gosh!
If by any chance a bee lands on Melissa,
you'll know.
Doesn't have to sting her.
You'll know.
It will break the internet today.
You'll know. I'm going to tell you what. If anything lands on me, you gonna know. Okay?
Except for me.
That's right. Okay, y'all. Here we go. She writes, this needs to be this needs to be anonymous. She is not. I'm not giving her name. Now, as always, when people send us emails, I narrow them down. So she put in some more facts, but I narrowed it down. Here we go. My mother-in-law and her husband are always a question mark. That's a cool sentence right there. I've never referred to anybody as that. That lady over there, she's a question mark. That's a good. I like that sentence. My mother is a question mark. I'd like to just state for the record, Annette is a question mark. We're never quite sure, okay? She says, we may see them a handful of times each year. They live less than 4 hours away. There's definitely dissension between my husband, and it's very validated, and his mom, and it's dating back to his childhood. She's a very difficult person to love, much less build a relationship with. She's very polarizing in all aspects of life. So are we getting the picture, okay? Here's the problem. Now that it's election season, Lord, here we go. Here we go. It is election season. Cue the drama. Does everybody know it's election season? I can't with it. And with all of the chaos surrounding us at this moment, her Facebook posts have become downright ugly. With the recent events in the world, she has used the race card many times to post vicious attacks upon political leadership. Her posts are vile. I've had people reach out to me asking, what is wrong with her? Saying things like, is she off her meds? It's embarrassing, you guys, not only for me, but especially for my husband. I finally had to make the move to snooze her on Facebook. It was causing more dissension in our relationship than good. The kicker is they're a family full of LEAs. I had no clue what that meant. LEAs.
Latin.
But I figured it out because she ended with this. They're a family full of LEAs, so she is basically contradicting herself when she posts her political rants 2 and 3 times an hour, but then follows up with a Blue Lives Matter. So when she said that, I knew it meant law enforcement authorities, maybe? Does anybody know what LEAs is?
Law Enforcement Association. Maybe they're law enforcement.
Yeah. My question is, how do I handle this? Do I just continue to snooze her and keep things civil? She has damaged my husband with her behavior for years, and I just can't see any good in seeing her rants on Facebook. It's a tough one, and I'm treading water. Law enforcement agencies. Okay, thank you, Cassie. Got it. Okay, law enforcement agencies. Thank you. I had no idea. LEOs, law enforcement officers. Okay. Thank y'all. So what would you do? What would you do? They are vile. They are super political and outraged. And what do you do about that?
Well, the first thing I would always say, and this may have already been tried or it may fall on deaf ears, is to try to communicate. And maybe if her relationship's already tense, maybe it's the son, I'm just going, hey, this is not what you should be doing. So try to communicate. Just from a son's perspective, if it was my mom going off the reservation, I wouldn't want to be embarrassed, but I wouldn't want her to be embarrassed either. And not just embarrassed, really probably sounding like some of this, thought of very poorly. So I would try to communicate first, because it is a family dynamic there. If they don't though, man, I would definitely block it and not follow, and that's it. It's tough with family. Got a lot of people saying unfollow, block, all those kind of things, but you have to remember it's family, and it's not. Facebook isn't life, and so if you can salvage that, but some people are. Go ahead.
I disagree.
You don't think you should at least try?
I disagree, David. It sounds to me like this family has done nothing but try for years.
Well, and if they've already gone through that, and this is just another.
There is a quote that says, "People will show you who they are. Believe them. People will show you who they are, and when they do, believe them." This mother-in-law has shown her whole family for years who she is. To sit down and talk to her is not believing her when she has shown you who she is. So we must at this point say, that is who she is. I'm going to take her up on it. I'm going to take her at her word. Her word has been that I'm divisive, that I am vile, that I am ugly, that I can be racist, that I can be unmotivated to change. This is who she is. She's been telling you, take her up on it. So I disagree. I do think that there is always time for communication. Please don't hear what I'm not saying. But it seems to me with this email that we are past that.
They've tried that.
And we've got a husband here who has been hurt numerous times by his mother in his childhood. And I think I will tell you this. If this was David Radke, now goodness knows it's not, because we adore his mother. She is high and lifted up. But if it was, I would not snooze. I would probably unfollow. And I would just say, that is not my circus, not my monkeys. This is my circus. This is my monkeys. This I will protect to the very end. I won't let him see what's going on. I won't let what's going on with her rile me up and then him have to deal with it. Absolutely not. You are my circus and you are my monkeys, not her. And I would not be a part of it. So I would not snooze. I would unfollow. And if you think hitting unfollow will burn the town down, then just hit snooze repeatedly, and repeatedly. Because I wouldn't let it mess with you another day.
Now, I want to go all the way to the other end, okay?
That's what she said.
Because
That's what she said.
you're the one said something about touching a monkey or something.
I said, not my circus, not my monkeys.
You said
I wouldn't touch that monkey. I don't know what
So here's the other side. So if you've tried to talk, if you've tried to kind of stay that neutral, there are times, and I don't know if it's this, there are times, even with a parent or a sibling or whatever, somebody very close, there are times that it is appropriate to cut them out of your life. It's really serious, but when it's a point, if it's continually tearing apart your marriage, if maybe, I don't know if she mentioned kids in here, but they're influencing the kids. There's so many things that have to be factored into that, but there are times when the healthiest and the right thing to do is to distance yourself from that person. I'm not even saying you never speak to them, never again, but they're not in that inner circle day to day where you're having to continually deal with that stuff. If it is tearing apart your marriage relationship, affecting your kids, those kind of things. So that's see how I went from communicating to not just unfollowing them on Facebook, but in life.
We have a wonderful family. We love our family, but we're not without problems in our family. We have on both sides of our family, had problems. And in both situations, I've had to draw circles around my people. And David and Remmy and Rocco are my people. And I've had to draw circles until everybody got healthy and we got healthy and could find ways to communicate. And then I could erase those circles and move those margins out a little bit further, those boundaries. But of course that has to happen. Here we go, moving on to the next one. Here we go.
What? Kristen has a We're For Your Hair Wednesday. She has to know if I color my hair.
David? No, if you could see the gray in the side. No, David doesn't color his hair. No, in fact, maybe she's saying that because your beard is red and your hair is brown. It's always been that way.
Yeah, I was born like fire engine red hair. But no, it changed in the first year or two. But no, it's all real as far as the thickness and the color. So, but my dad had a full. He still has.
How do you know she wasn't asking me?
She said David.
Oh.
My dad he still has a full head of hair, and then also, goodness, his hair still had a lot.
What are you doing?
I don't know.
What's going on?
I was trying to be here for her Wednesday.
A tirade about your dad's hair. Here we go.
Hi from Seaside, Florida. We're on vacay.
Oh, you lucky dogs.
We love 38. Oh, Lord.
This is an adult question. I can't ask it right now.
Hey.
Hi, buddy. Good morning.
Did you want to say hi?
Good morning, love. Come here. Kiss Mama. Good morning.
What you doing? You just want to make an appearance?
Say hi to everybody.
I don't know where y'all are.
Oh, yeah, because we leave you so often. Come here and say hi to everybody. Say hi.
Hello. My hair is...
Run your fingers through it. It's turning. Do y'all grind your own coffee for your morning coffee? No.
Well, when I do French press, I do.
Oh, also Emily Gibbs. Mocha is not my favorite. Mocha is my second favorite. Guava is my first favorite. I keep it in my purse so that I can always put it on when I go into town.
What?
Emily Gibbs sent me an email and I'm replying to her on here, which is rude, I realize.
Oh.
Okay. Rocco?
Did you give Carson a shout out?
Did I give Carson a shout out? I'm not going to give somebody that you play Fortnite with a shout out on here. I don't care that his name is Carson. I'm not giving your friends a shout out.
Shout out to Carson.
Get out of here! Carson is someone's son. Some of you have boys who are playing Fortnite with my son, which he loves, by the way. And so then your son say to him, tell your mom to give me a shout out on her 9 o'clock show. Me and my mom will be watching. Okay, you know what? Okay, this is an adult question and I couldn't ask it with Rocco here. Here we go. It's a little bit lengthy, and by a little bit lengthy, it's 3 paragraphs. Everybody calm down. But y'all, I need your help on this one. A little background. You're gonna need to know this background. I've been happily married for 23 years. In January, my first boyfriend, and by first, I think you get my meaning, contacted me through Facebook. He is married also. We only dated for 6 months. I was 20, he was 19, and it was passionate. I'm sure you can imagine. He was a nice guy and sweet to me, but there were signs, so I broke it off because I didn't see it going anywhere. He definitely had some baggage. I definitely cared for him, and he said he loved me. Here's the sad part. He's 45 now, and he has early stage 4 colorectal cancer. He has been messaging me, at first pretty steady. And he told me how he hated the way things ended. He had been looking for me for years and thinking about it for a long time. And he told me how special I was to him and how he wished it would have lasted longer. When he hears Pearl Jam, he thinks of me. I'm sorry I had to leave that sentence in there because that is such a sentence from the 90s.
You need to know, as you're reading, there are already people saying, nope, block him, nope.
Listen, let me finish. This is probably the most important sentence she wrote in the entire email. Here's what she read.
Pearl Jam one?
Pearl Jam was awesome. If I was his wife, I would not be too happy about what he's been saying to me. He is well aware of my husband. My husband knows about it and thinks it's odd. Is the man trying to clear his conscience? Is it guilt? Is it regret? Is it chemo brain? I messaged him back in mid-May, and he messaged me back immediately and said, when all of this dies down from COVID, I would like to get together for lunch with your family or something. I don't really see the need to do that. How do I approach this without hurting his feelings? Or maybe I'm making it more than it is. What is this man thinking? I have not messaged him back yet because I would be curious about your thoughts. Thanks for listening. Go.
No.
Why?
No. It's.
Have you ever messaged an old girlfriend?
No, not once. And
If you can look at me without smiling, we have this thing in our family where we say all the time, if you can, David, did you eat that last cookie? And he says, no, I didn't. I was like, can you look at me without smiling? And he can't ever.
I can't.
He smiles all the
It doesn't
time.
matter what it is. Yeah, it doesn't matter what it is.
Look at me right now without smiling and say, I have never messaged an old girlfriend. David!
I haven't. I have never
I know
messaged an old
you haven't.
girlfriend. No, that's just no. She asked a couple of questions. I've never heard what chemo brain is, but he may be having some regret. I mean, he, as he's fearing the end of his life, he may really be regretting going, man, I wish that would have worked, whatever. He does not need to be communicating, it sounds like, some of those things to you anyway. He's confiding in you, even if it's kind of one way, that he is not with his wife. Barb, I was just about to say this. Barbara just said, Melissa, you taught me about guardrails, and I was just about to say that. We have to put up guardrails. This is going to be a lame, example or whatever, but you've probably all heard about the frog. If you throw a frog in boiling water, he'll jump right out. But if you put a frog in a cool water and keep turning the heat up, he'll end up dying. He won't respond. So nobody wakes up one morning in a happy marriage and go, I'm going to go have an inappropriate relationship. You have to put those guardrails around so it doesn't start walking down that road. So no, it's sad what he's going through as far as his health and those kind of things. No, your life is way moved on, and his as well too. And
Very well said. I completely agree with everything you said. Several people are writing that chemo brain is actually a real thing. It almost makes them scramble some of their memories and their thoughts, and that it can really induce people to try to make amends in some ways with some burnt bridges maybe in their life. Guardrails, if you've never read my book, then you don't know that guardrails is a lesson that David and I learned the hard way. We keep guardrails up in our marriage now, and that is to make sure that we don't veer off. That our marriage is always protected, and that it's traveling down the same lane, and we don't veer to the left or right. That said, here's the advice I would give to you. I would write him back. I would write him back a beautiful letter. I would thank him for the past. I would thank him for his messages. I would thank him for his thoughts and feelings. I would let him know that you care. Before I hit send on that letter, I would have David Radke read it and approve it. This is if I was you. I'd have David Radke read it and approve it.
now,
Because my
she's
first
not saying,
concern.
I need to approve your letter.
Right.
She's saying I would approve.
You should have your husband read it and approve it. That is the first person that you should show love and respect to. Have him read it and approve it. And when he says, yeah, hit send on that, then you hit send. And in that letter, communication should be explained as to why it's being cut off. Because the second person that you owe your respect to is that wife. It's not even him. It's her. You may never have met her. He may have told you something horrible about her. But you still respect the place that she holds in his life. So out of respect for your man and his woman, you cut that thing off. As Deegan said in Walking Dead, the end of season 5, we're going to shut that shit down. Okay? So
don't let guilt of his situation cause damage to your life. And again, I know right now you're going, that could never happen. I'm just saying, don't do it. If he is, we should not have those type of communications. It sounds like we've obviously not seen those, but those are intended for our spouse. Those things should not be directed toward a person outside of your marriage.
And I'm going to tell you what, ladies, if we don't start freaking defending the other ladies in marriages, don't even get me started on it. This sweet woman that wrote me this, she was torn. Her email was long. Mostly it was about, how do I say, I'm not interested. I don't like him. There's no feelings. But this man is going through cancer. And first of all, are we sure? Because nowadays people are getting catfished all the time. But we have got to stop and sometimes think about that woman. We just don't know what she's going through. And I can tell you, in my life, there's been a time when I had wished another woman would have stopped and thought about my feelings and thought about me. So anyway, there you have it. Those are you write a really long letter explaining everything, and you say, I don't know if you're trying to make amends or trying to form a relationship, but I am madly in love with my husband. And he and I have both written this letter together to let you know that you are in our prayers and in our thoughts, and you will be. And were anything to happen, I will attend your funeral with honor and give you honor. But it stops here, because the last part of your life needs to be spent loving her and loving her well. How's that?
I also love that there's several saying, preach it, take us to church. How many of you have ever had a preacher, or when you're at church, heard a quote from Deegan?
Oh, as soon as I said it, I knew it was Negan. I'm sorry.
Negan.
It's Negan.
Negan.
It's Negan. And I are you saying how many people hear a quote from Walking Dead?
Yeah.
Not many. But you know what? Our churches would do better if they used that phrase, we're fixing to shut this shit down. That's exactly how I feel. So there you go. I think this has been a good We're Here For You Wednesday. And hopefully it has let y'all know we can tackle some. Because we can tackle some of your hard questions. Because David and I have been there. And that's one thing I would want you guys to know. I don't know that you will go through anything in your marriage. David and I say this all the time. We laugh about it. There's nothing you can go through in your marriage except for maybe cartel work. Maybe being a drug mule. We've never done that. But pretty much anything else we've done.
I am wrapping up the second group of the narco stuff, so that may be coming.
Narcos Mexico. Yeah. And you're wrapping it up. So
well,
you actually could give advice to that.
And we're watching Good
Girls. So see, we know, we can even speak to money laundering. And how I kind of want to dabble in it. I'm not going to lie. But we can speak to broken trust. We can speak to infertility. We can speak to debt. We can speak to all of these things. And so we hope that, I love that these people trusted us with these problems this morning. And we hope that you'll trust us anytime with yours. We won't share your name if you don't want us to. We would never embarrass you that way. But
we had one more?
No, that's it. We love you guys. And you know what? We really, really love your marriages. We really love your partners. We really love your families and your children. And like, we want the best for you guys. So have a wonderful Wednesday. And we will see you back here tomorrow for Testies Thursday.
Hey, can I say one last thing before we go, since it's We're Here For You Wednesday? We haven't talked about this. Maybe we'll do some kind of post or something though. Hey, as the media is kind of starting to dial down on everything over the last couple of weeks with the racial tension and the protest and those kind of things. And I think the protests maybe are starting to get a little bit less. Please don't let it leave your mind. Don't just go, whoa, that was something crazy and now we're moving on to whatever. Continue to educate yourself. Check out today. We don't have the full list. I know there are there are white women all across social media that have very large platforms today that are sharing their platforms with what is it, BIPOC, Black, Indigenous people or people of color. They're sharing their platforms with them to continue to get their voice out. So listen to those people, read. There's so many incredible books out there. There's so many incredible movies and documentaries and stuff like that. So don't let this just be a kind of one and done type thing. So we're here for you.
Love y'all.
See you guys.
Happy 38th, Becky Wilson. Way to go, girl.
Ooh.